Good morning, Grand Rising, and welcome to this another Practitioner Sunday here at the Temple of Light Center for Spiritual Living in beautiful, sunny, and not so hot Jamaica today. Everything is green and blooming like us. Please join me in an opening affirmative prayer. As we breathe in the beauty of this moment, the joy, the peace, the wellness of this moment, we recognize that there is only one power, one presence, one infinite beingness of which we are a part. We allow this presence to fill our consciousness now, to find its perfect place in our hearts, in our minds, so that we are very present to this morning's service. Whether you're in person in the sanctuary or online, we acknowledge that power and that presence that is in us, as us, through us, always active and always bringing us to that higher place of recognition. With this knowing, then, I know that this morning's service unfolds in right and perfect ways, so that every word that is spoken, every song that is sung, every activity in which we participate is an idea of God being made present in this moment. For this, I truly give thanks as we breathe that in and allow it to be who we are right now. I give thanks that all this is so now, and so it is. Please join me in our opening chant. How could anyone ever tell you? Just breathe that in for a moment. Okay, open your eyes and be present here and now. Let us do our prosperity affirmation. Please stand. stand on principle, and know that this is the truth. Together, God is lavish, unfailing, abundant prosperity. The source of all good is infinite and inexhaustible. I unify with and place my faith in the one true source. My life is already blessed, yet I am being offered so much more. Infinite potential, unconditional love, and unlimited spiritual growth are just a few of Spirit's gifts. I am open to receiving them all with gratitude and joy. The God power made me in its image and likeness, out of itself, and it wants only to support me. Its plan is to lift me into higher expression. Deep in my heart, I know I deserve all the good things in life, and my acceptance of the support of the universe is all that is necessary for it to continue to work in my life. I deserve true abundance and unconditional love. I deserve vibrant health and good feelings. I deserve happiness, peace, and joy. I deserve prosperity, freedom, and ease in my financial affairs. I deserve to have my dreams come true. My heart is filled with gratitude for all I have been given and for all that is yet to come. I release my word to the law of divine mind that always says yes, and so it is. Isn't that wonderful?
Yes.
Breathe that in too. You know how good that feels? Have you been taking this home with you? You should. That's why we have it as a separate insert in the program, that you can take it home, plant it somewhere where you can see it every day, and say it every day. When one prospers, all prosper. I now invite our youth to come up, light the candle, and get a blessing. Youth, young at heart. No, they had pool party yesterday, so they're asleep. Okay, and our ever youthful Reverend Michelle has lit the candle, and now Leanne is going to say the blessing. We light this candle
We light this candle
on behalf of all the youth of the world. Let us behold the Christ in them.
And so it is.
And now let us say the blessing. We love you. We appreciate you. We salute the Christ in you. And we see you as shining lights unto your world. God is blessing you now. And so it is. And now our mission song. The temple of light, the temple of light, the temple of light. We are a people with a vision, one with spirit on a mission. To touch, to heal, to bless, to prosper, to love and liberate anyone who comes into contact with us, anytime, night or day. The temple of light, the temple of light, the temple of light.
my heart. I hung out with the youth in the pool for about 3 hours yesterday, so I'm feeling very youthful.
And now it's time for some important reminders. We'd like to congratulate the members of our youth ministry who performed very well in their CSEC exams. You can tell me ageable. And they're not here today. They're probably still sleeping. Who? Terrell is here. Aha. Congrats, Terrell. And who else is here? Okay. Now, I'd invite you and urge you to join practitioner Sandra Cooper on next Tuesday for our Spiritual Mind Healing Service. This is Tuesday, August 27th at 6 p.m. The topic is, this is a mouthful, how to enjoy delicious ambiguity when your mind is screaming for order. Now, just that alone should tweak your curiosity, right? So, join us on Zoom or YouTube. Look out for the link, which is sent out via email. So if you're on our email list, you get it. If you're not, you don't. So make sure you're on the list. True? Moving right along. Sandra, this is not on the slide, but this is about the Lifeline coming up on Thursday.
Good morning, friends. Always a pleasure to share with you and to just tell you that this Thursday we're going to be having a very special Lifeline conversation with our own Douglas Orain. The topic is, church don't have no business in business, or does it? And we're pulling on the depth of experience that Doug has as a business person, as an entrepreneur, and as a member of this community, and to really look at how do we grow ourselves as an entity and build our financial sustainability, and at the same time stay true to our core business, which is to share this wonderful teaching that we call the science of mind, and to support each other in prayer. And so I invite you, we're going to be sending out the notices early tomorrow, and you look out for it. You can join us on YouTube, bring your questions. We're going to have a lot of questions for you, Doug, as to how we can make this happen. And so we'll send out the notice, so look out for it, and we look forward to having you participate in this process. That's Lifeline this Thursday at 6 p.m. on YouTube. Okay, look forward to seeing you all there. Reverend Michelle and myself will be supporting Doug in just sharing his wealth of knowledge as a business person and member of this center. Yes, Doug? Brought up.
Good morning, friends and family. I don't make speeches anymore. I've discovered that when we make speeches in the 21st century, after 3 minutes, people have their cell phones on the table watching TikTok. So here's what I do. I ask you to share in advance your questions about what you would like me to answer. So if Sandy will set it up so you can send in your questions before by email or WhatsApp, and I will answer them. And I go straight into the questions and the answers as soon as we get online. Very exciting. Whenever I do it, people say, oh, I can't believe an hour's gone already. Let's do it for longer. So look forward to all of you joining in on Thursday. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Doug. And I hope you heard that last part. We look forward to all of you joining us on Thursday at 6 p.m. You know, for Hurricane Beryl, we did a special collection, and we did a contribution to Young Women's Christian Association, the YMCA. So we have a letter of thanksgiving here, which I'd like to read. Dear Reverend Shand, on behalf of the Young Women's Christian Association, the YWCA, we would like to extend our sincere gratitude to you and the Temple of Light family for your generous donation of care package items. The YWCA exists for the promotion of the well-being and empowerment of individuals in all aspects of their lives through physical, mental, social, and spiritual development, and through service to others and the nation. It is with heartfelt gratitude that the gifts from the Temple of Light were received by beneficiaries from Arnold Road community and some other communities that we serve. These care packages brought significant value and uplifted the spirits of many persons, especially after the effects of Hurricane Beryl. Thank you again, and we look forward to other opportunities for partnership. Sincerely, Mrs. Sandra Dixon, immediate past chair, YWCA Kingston Board of Directors. You're most welcome. By now you would have saved the date, I hope, because coming up is a very exciting weekend, not just a day, a weekend, exciting, spiritually uplifting installation weekend of our Senior Minister, Reverend Michelle Senegal. This is going to take place November the 8th to the 10th this year, and there are several activities over those 3 days. More details to come, but I can give you like a props. There will be a fantastic concert on the 8th that will happen at the University Chapel. On the 9th will be the installation ceremony, and we're talking ceremony, here in the sanctuary. And on the 10th, which is a Sunday, we'll be having a very special Sunday service in acknowledgement of this installation. So mark the date, be here, no excuse. Okay. Now you've been hearing about our in-house attorneys, and they have been doing a fantastic job, free of charge. So you've got questions, we've got answers. We have very capable in-house attorneys who make themselves available on Saturdays between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. here at the Temple of Light. They meet in what used to be the book room, what we're calling it now, the book room. Okay, and they answer questions that you may have about any legal matters that you may be facing right now. Yes, yes. Right, right. So it's not, nobody going to be in your business, okay? So spread the word. This is free to anyone who needs some answers, okay? And if you wish to support our ministry financially, kindly visit our donate page at donate.templeoflightcsl.org, which has all our banking details. And speaking of support, I did mention the installation weekend, and you got an appeal last week for some support to refresh and refurbish the building with paint, etc. That appeal is still out there, okay? And in addition, I personally am appealing, if you know any companies, businesses that would be willing and able to support in terms of purchase of tickets for the concert, for instance, I encourage you to just let Jennifer know. Jennifer is chair of the committee for this event, okay? And it's a big event. So if you can, pass on some information to Jennifer. And yes, for the concert in particular, but there's events for the whole weekend. Which concert? There's a fundraising concert that is being arranged on the Friday. You weren't listening. Friday the 8th, the concert will happen at University Chapel. I will give you more details later. Okay? Yes. And a service on Sunday. The weekend is November the 8th to the 10th. And something happens every day. In addition, we have prayer support always here at the temple for those who feel a need for prayer. This is available by emailing Reverend Michelle at prayer.templeoflightcsl.org. And these are dealt with confidentially by Reverend Michelle and by practitioners. Okay, so again, nobody not in your business. So if you need support, send your requests. Today, following the service, practitioner Chima Alcock is available to pray with you, either in person or online. If you want to, not online, on the phone. If you need some assistance following the service, you can check with Chima or you can call 876-289-0907. There's also grief support and counseling that's available through our center. You can call 876-927-6145 if you would need those services. We have 2 certified grief counselors, Reverend Michelle and practitioner Jennifer Livingston. And is there anyone who is visiting with us for the first time today? And that don't mean us. Yes, we're all here for the first time today, but if there's anyone who has never been here before, please stand so that we can acknowledge you. Yes, you're pretty. Stand up. Our usher is coming around to place a sticker over your heart that says, "We behold the Christ in you." Thank you so much for being here. And we invite you to come again and again. You know, check out anybody you see with a stole, or any one of us. We are open to hugs. Thank you so much for being here. I think that's it for now. We're going to move further into the program. We have today's Practitioner Sunday, and on Practitioner Sunday, we always have a little extra something. So I'm going to start off with an affirmative prayer of wholeness. You'll notice in the program, well, those who have a printed program, the face of God, we will sing after I do the affirmation of wholeness. We sing one verse. When I do the next, which is an affirmation of love, we sing the next verse. Okay? If you don't have the program, don't worry about it. It'll be on the screen. So please join me now in an affirmative prayer of wholeness. Right here, right now, there is only one. There is God and only God. There is not God inside and God outside. There is only God. And we are one with it. In this oneness, we recognize wholeness, holiness, because God is all there is. All must include wholeness. In this recognition, then, we know ourselves to be the expressions of this wholeness, this holiness that we know as God. All the qualities of God are already resident in us, already active in us. we cannot not be expressions of God. We are right here, right now, whole and completely well, inside and outside. We recognize God. We recognize ourselves. We recognize each other. And we know that in recognition, it is to know again the qualities of God that are fully and freely expressed in us, as us, through us. We give thanks for this knowing, and in this recognition, we know that right where we are, all of God as wholeness, as holiness, as the wellspring of beingness is active, is fully present, and is finding its perfect expression through each one of us now. I give thanks for this knowing, and I release these words now into that infinite law that has already made us whole. Thank you, God, and so it is. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. This is an affirmative prayer of love. Love is that all-encompassing healing power and presence that knows only love. Love fills our beingness. We open ourselves to receive this love and to express this love, to share it in every encounter that we have. We enter into this space of love, a space which is kind and compassionate and powerful in its healing. Every idea that needs transformation is now transformed by this powerful energy which we call love. We open our hearts, we open our minds, and we now invite love to have its way with us, to fill our being with that inner knowing, that inner light, that inner joy, that peace, that power that we know as God. In this recognition of ourselves as the vehicle through which God expresses love, we know that our very presence is transformative, because love is transformative. We are this love made manifest. We are the love of God in expression. We know this, we accept this, we believe this, we share it, and we live it. God is love through us, as us. We let this be so now as we say, thank you, God, that this is so, and so it is. You are the face of love. I hold you in my heart. You of love. Let's just sit with that for a moment. Take a deep breath. Come back. Be present. Now please stand and join me for our first hymn selection. I'm here to remind you of your magnificence, to help you awake to all the wonder that you are. I long to show you all the joy you're worthy of. I'm here to remind you how much you're truly loved. You're here to remind me of my magnificence, to help me awake to all the wonder that I am. You long to show me all the joy I'm worthy of. You're here to remind me how much I'm truly loved. We're here to remind ourselves of our magnificence, to help us awake to all the wonder that we are. And as we show the joy we know we're worthy of, we'll be reminded of how much we're truly loved. Just say, I know as I am known. Say it. I know as I am known.
And so it is.
So it is. Please sit. And now it is my pleasure to introduce to you our practitioner. I almost said Reverend. Practitioner Vance Gardiner, who really needs no introduction, but he is a practitioner who lives this teaching every day, in every way. He's here to remind us today how wonderful we truly are. Please help me welcome Vance Gardiner.
Yeah. Thank you, Carol. Grand rising, everyone. You know, I could just sit there and listen. This service has been so wonderful from the start. I could just have remained there, but I guess I have to come up and speak today. So I'm going to start with a story. I think I remember Reverend John telling us this story during one of his encouragements. And it's about a shop owner who placed a sign at his shop which said, "Puppies for sale." Now, signs like this always have a way of attracting young children. So it was no surprise that a young boy saw the sign and approached the owner, and he said, "How much are you selling the puppies for?" The store owner replied, "Anywhere from $30 to $50, talking US dollars, right? The little boy pulled out some change from his pocket and said, "I have $2.37. Can I please look at them?" The shop owner smiled, and then the dogs came out. So the mother ran down the aisle of the shop, followed by 5 small puppies. But there was one puppy who was lagging considerably behind the others. So the little boy asked, "What is wrong with that little dog?" The shop owner explained that it didn't have a hip socket, and therefore it would be lame for the rest of its life. But the little boy became excited. "That is the puppy I want to buy." The shop owner said, No. You don't want to buy that little dog. If you really want him, I will give him to you." The little boy got quite upset. And he said, "I don't want you to give him to me. The little dog is worth every bit as much as all the other dogs, and I will pay full price. Indeed, I'll give you $2.37 now, and I'll give you 50 cents a month until it is paid off." But the shop owner still countered, "You really don't want to buy this little dog. He's never going to be able to run and jump and play with you like the other puppies." To his surprise, the little boy reached down and rolled up his pant leg and showed a badly twisted leg that was in a leg brace. He looked up at the shop owner and said softly, "Well, I don't run so well myself, and the little puppy will need someone who understands." Someone who understands. Yes, Temple of Light, this story illustrates what I'm talking about today, the truth about wholeness and disability. Now, wholeness is defined by recognizing and honoring the inherent spiritual essence within each individual. So from this perspective of wholeness and oneness, disability is seen as part of the diverse tapestry of human experience rather than a limitation or deficiency. We are all the manifestations of the self-contemplation and the infinite self-knowingness of the living Spirit Almighty. One power, one presence. This oneness outpictures as diversity, equity, and inclusion. Therefore, in reality, DEI is divine essence incarnated, nothing less than Godness. That is what we all are. And when we recognize and treat each other from this perspective, we bring out the best version of ourselves and allow others to do the same. We are all individualizations of God, but unique and different as the infinite self-knowingness of Spirit. In this consciousness, we know this truth about wholeness and disability. Different is not deficient. Right? That little dog is worth every bit as much as all the other dogs. So the divine essence is manifested in all creation. It is God knowing itself as each of us uniquely. Therefore, the body, mind, spirit, and soul that each individual possesses are perfectly designed to fulfill their unique purpose in the world. So therefore, disability is not inability or lack of ability. If you don't believe this, watch the Paralympics starting this week, and you will see amazing things. Also, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, commonly known as FDR, the 32nd President of the United States from 1933 until his passing in 1945. And they said that's the only reason why he's still not president, because he passed in 1945. He's the longest serving US president. He's the only president to have served more than 2 terms. In 1921, Roosevelt contracted a paralytic illness that permanently paralyzed his legs. Yet he's considered one of the greatest and most transformative president of the United States, taking his country out of the Great Depression and leading it through World War II and instituting the social programs that many Americans value. There are also great musicians who experience physical disabilities, like Stevie Wonderful. That's what I call him. Most people call him Stevie Wonder. Ray Charles, who also experienced visual impairments, and Beethoven, whose hearing was impaired. So if further proof is needed that disability is not lack of ability, as a lion, I have to mention Helen Keller, who lost both her sight and hearing when she was just 19 months old. This remarkable woman, with the support of her lifelong companion, Anne Sullivan, wrote 14 books and many speeches and was a champion for persons with disabilities. She also campaigned for women's suffrage, labor rights, and world peace, right? She famously said, "There is none so blind as those who have sight but lack vision." And then there is Stephen Hawking, the brilliant physicist, who despite Lou Gehrig's disease was still able to revolutionize our understanding of the universe through his books like A Brief History of Time. So that is further proof that disability is not inability. Yvonne Pierre, in her book, The Day My Soul Cried, a memoir, states, when you focus on someone's disability, you will overlook their abilities, beauty, and uniqueness. Once you learn to love and accept them for who they are, you subconsciously learn to love yourself unconditionally. So Helen Keller and Stephen Hawking were able to make their contributions to humanity, facilitated by the support they received. And those who supported them the most recognized their magnificence and also experienced a greater appreciation of their own. We are all called to support persons with disabilities in our centers, churches, organizations, and the larger community. By acknowledging their disabilities, we can make the necessary adjustments and offer the technical, physical, social, and spiritual support that is required. However, the greatest support is to recognize their wholeness and to help them to awake to their spiritual magnificence. Yes, we all need somebody to lean on, as the song states. So we are here to love, serve, and remember who we truly are. And one of the greatest challenges we face in spiritual communities like ours is to recognize and honor the wholeness in persons who are experiencing disability, and especially challenges with cognitive functioning like Alzheimer's. Yet, this is perhaps the greatest opportunity for personal and spiritual growth that we will receive. To move from speaking about love, compassion, and empathy to being those spiritual qualities. To just listen and be present without judgment, without expectations. That is nothing less than godness. That is what is true about wholeness and disability. That is what is true about us. Give thanks if you remember. Namaste.
Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you, Vance. Thank you for reminding us nothing less than godness is who and what we are. We are called to express that in everything that we say, do, or think. And to remember, a disability does not equate with inability. Different is not deficient. It's just different. And loving others intentionally is inevitably connected to loving ourselves. You can't have one without the other. Love and honor. Namaste. Thank you. Now help me welcome Clive Thompson, who will bring us our musical item for today.
You know, getting gray hairs is a lot of fun because you're alive, but it has its challenges. And this happens to one of mine. You have to remember, I've been a dancer all my life. And now, at this tender age of dash, I'm walking with a cane. I think maybe it's for style, because I am perfect, whole, and complete. What do you see when you're looking at me? What do you see with your eyes? If all that you see is outside of me, then I think you might be surprised that inside of me lives a spirit that's free, a spirit that soars through the skies. It's right here before you, it's easy to see when you look into my eyes. There are so many things that I'll never do again. So many things I can't say, but in so many ways I'm exactly like you. If you let me, I'll show you the way. Don't say what I can't do, there's so much I can. The outside of me is just one part of me. Before you can know me, you must understand. Sometimes you must see with your heart. It's climbed every mountain, swam every sea, flown with the birds in the sky. It's all here inside me, beneath what you see. You can feel it if only you try. What do you see when you're looking at me? What do you see with your eyes? If all that you see is outside of me, then I think you might be surprised that inside of me lives a spirit that's free, a spirit that soars through the sky. It's right here before you, it's easy to see when you look into my eyes. Won't you look into my eyes?
Thank you, Clive. And you know, that is what spiritual community is for, to love and support each other. Yeah. No matter what challenges we face, we can see the divinity within each other and just love and support each other and just be present. Just be love. Thank you again, Claire. Thanks, Ordale, for supporting Clyde. Yes. So we are going to say the prayer for Jamaica. Will you please stand? Prayer for Jamaica.
The radiant light of God's love is now flowing through us and from us to everything and everyone it touches. The eternal light of God's love now completely fills, covers, and surrounds our island Jamaica. The glowing intensity of the light of God's love now penetrates and awakens within the hearts and minds of our countrymen and women the truths of life which set free. The light of God's love is growing and glowing in intensity in the hearts and minds of mankind everywhere. Love, health, harmony, goodwill, peace, uprightness, integrity, joy, prosperity, kindness, and our oneness under God are now established, and so it is.
And so now, if you have your envelopes, we're going to just bless the love offering before we place it in the things at the side. So just say with me, lovingly
I give, joyfully I receive. Be thou fruitful, increase and multiply. Bless, prosper, and enrich everyone whom you touch, and replenish all of my financial affairs. So be it. Thank you, Father, and so it is.
And now we're going to do our second hymn, one of Temple favorite hymns. This is you.
How marvelous, how wonderful, how universal love, as manifested here in you and me. I look at you and see in you the God potential there. This is the real you in reality. recognizing the wonderfulness of who we are, I'd like to just acknowledge all the players this morning. Please sit. First of all, our musicians. Include yourselves. And Clive, you turn on the waterworks this morning. And Odile and the rest of you, you sounded wonderful this morning. Thank you. And thank our ushers this morning. I don't remember who they are. Our tech team, who always make sure that everything runs smoothly. Mostly. Our hospitality team, who is working diligently behind the scenes to make sure that you are refreshed after this morning's service. Thank you all. There's something else I was to say, and I cannot remember what it is. Oh, I'd like to remind you of the wait, name Sandra. Lifeline, that's it. And the healing service on Tuesday. Remember the topic this week? How to enjoy delicious ambiguity when your mind is screaming for order. You know, it's only the mind that wants order. You know that? If you would just relax and let it go, you'd find that order is there all along. So, join us Tuesday at 6 p.m. Reverend Michelle, want to say something?
Our chairman of the board won a most prestigious award on yesterday. Theo Smith was in a chef competition and they won first place. And he can't be with us today because he's catering a 2,000-person event. So we are sending light and love to Theo. And then also I just want to let you all know that a lot of things happen that we don't always talk about, but this particular topic in terms of disability and our wholeness and just recognizing full spectrum diversity. Next month, there's going to be a gala here for the Down Syndrome Foundation. Woo! So help us out with that. Help us to do our part to just love everyone, regardless of who they are. Thank you.
So just join me in this blessing of the love offering and our closing affirmative prayer. So we give thanks for all the gifts that have come into the temple. Gifts of treasure, gifts of time, gifts of talent, gifts of presence. So we know that these gifts goes towards our mission of awakening humanity to its spiritual magnificence and manifesting a world that works for all. So these gifts allow the temple to touch, to heal, to bless, and to liberate anyone who comes into contact with them. So we know that all gifts flow from one source, the living Spirit Almighty, which is expressed in each and every one. So we know that irrespective of how people may show up, it is all God, nothing less than godness in everyone that we meet. So we know we are here to walk each other home to that place of self-knowingness, self-awareness, self-givingness, just supporting, loving, and cherishing each other. We are here to love, serve, and remember who we are. This is our Dharma. This is what we do. And I give thanks for everyone present here today. And I just release these words, knowing that it is as I have spoken, and so it is.
So it is.
So we're gonna stand and we're gonna do our love song, which is a peace song.